Welcome to our Matilda show. I really, really appreciate that you're here. We've been practicing a lot for this show because this time we have something different. You're not gonna watch just a musical, you're going to watch a mixed kind, which is theater and musical as well. It is a really, really hard kind, and these guys over there, they've been practicing a lot. We have 17 people in our cast. They are from grade 3 to grade 6. And we have a lot of people in our stage crew. Without them, we couldn't do the show. I'm not gonna say a lot of things. I just want you to relax and enjoy the experience. The only thing I have to warn you is, you're going to get a paper plane after the intermission. And I would please, just when it's the intermission, go to the foyer because we have a lot of activities, especially for your little ones. Mr. Anderson has prepared some really, really funny games. And you adults, you are going to be interviewed by the Wormwoods. So we want you all out there. Then when you come in, you're gonna get a paper plane. I know that you feel this little tickling feeling in your fingers to take your paper plane and throw it, but you have to resist, okay? The cast will let you know. They will throw paper planes to you, and then you have to throw your paper planes to them, okay? That's enough from me. Enjoy the show and relax. Bye-bye.
It's a funny thing about mothers and fathers. Even when their own child is the most disgusting little blister you can ever imagine, they still think he or she's wonderful. Well, I guess there's nothing really wrong about that. I guess it's the way of the world. It's only when they start telling us the brilliance of their own revolting offsprings that we start shouting, "Oh, bring us the basic world, to be sick!" Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name's Dr. Med, and you see, I'm a doctor. You have no idea how much I suffer from listening to all those proud parents. Sometimes I wish I could walk up to them and say, "Your son Maximilian is a total washout. I hope you have a family business you can push him when he leaves school. He sure as heck will get a job anywhere else." A poisonous little girl named Fiona might sting me into saying, "Fiona had the same glacial beauty as an iceberg, but unlike the iceberg, she has nothing below the surface." I guess you guys don't agree with me. A lot of parents tonight. Guess I'll show you.
My mommy says I'm a miracle.
specialness. Seems they're good. Above average is average. Go figure. Is it some modern miracle of calculus? That such frequent miracles, the running each one miraculous.
My mommy says I'm a miracle. Wanna look at my face and it's plain to see. Ever since the day don't drop the umbilical cord, it's been clear there's no fear for a miracle like me. My mommy says I'm a precious Berylina. She has never seen a picture Berylina. She says if I need, I have to cut down on the cream, but I'm a Berylina, so give me more cream.
Look, is this gonna take much longer, Doctor? I've got plane to catch at 3. I'm competing in the biannual International Amateur Salsa and Ballroom Dancing Championships in Paris.
You're getting on a plane, Mrs. Wormwood?
Oh, yes. I've been training 4 hours a day for the last 2 years, and I can tell you one thing. If Jennifer Littleton thinks she's walking off with the coveted golden shoe this year, she's got another thing coming.
Okay.
I've got a secret weapon. Rudolfo. He's part Italian, you know. Very supple, and he has incredible upper body strength.
Mrs. Wormwood, I think we should have a talk.
So, what is it? What's wrong with me?
Mrs. Wormwood, do you really have no idea?
Wind?
Okay, now, Mrs. Wormwood, I want you to think very carefully now. What do you think may be the cause of that?
Am I? Look, am I fat?
Mrs. Wormwood, you're pregnant!
What?
You're gonna have a baby.
But I've already got a baby. I don't want another one. Isn't there something you can do?
You're 9 months pregnant.
Antibiotics or, oh my good Lord, what about the golden shoe?
Baby, Mrs. Wormwood, a child, the most precious gift that a natural world can bestow upon us, have been handed to you. A brand new human being, a life, a person, a wonderful new person, is about to come into your life to bring love and magic and happiness and wonder.
I'll burn yell.
Every life I bring into this world, restore my name for humankind.
Pose, Mrs. Wormwood. I'll push you in a minute.
Each newborn life, a canvas yet unpainted. This still unbroken skin, this uncorrupted mind.
Every life is unbelievably unlikely.
The chances of existence are infinitely small.
Infinitely small.
The most common thing in life is life. And yet every single life is a miracle.
Where is he? Where's my son?
Oh, Mr. Wormwood, are you smoking a cigarette?
What? Oh, of course, what I'm thinking. This calls for some proper smoke.
Who won? Was it Jennifer Littleton? Maybe I could get a later flight or something.
Mrs. Wormwood, as I keep telling you, you're like no kid that you know that's the tarantella.
Oh my god, Lord, she's an ugly little thing.
Oh, that's one of the most beautiful child I've ever seen.
You need glasses, mate. He looks like a prude. Oh my god, Lord, what have you done with this thingy?
What?
This thing is whatchamacallit. What have you done with this thingy?
This child has no thinking, Mr. Wormwood.
What a boy, no thinking. Look at what you've done, you stupid woman. This boy's got no thinking.
Just put me out of my misery. mystery. Was it Jennifer Littleton or not?
Of course it's Jennifer Littleton, dear. I don't suppose we could exchange it for a boy, could we?
This is the worst day of my life.
Oh, my undercarriage doesn't feel quite normal. My skin looks just revolting in this foul fluorescent light. And this gown is nothing like the semi-formal, semi-Spanish gown I should be wearing in the semi-finals tonight. I should be dancing the tarantella like Monfella Italiano, not dressed in hospital cotton with a smarting front bottom and this horrible wiggly little ball of fat.
What the hell is that?
Someone give this thing a bottle.
Swap it with a later model.
Why do bad things always happen to good people? Fine, upstanding citizens like you and me. Why, when we've done nothing wrong, should this disaster come along? This horrible, weird-looking, hairy little stinky feet.
Those are no very kidding at all.
Miracle! 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 A miracle!
I can find his Franken beans.
Every night it unbelievably
My mama said I'm a miracle.
of existence on the infinite list.
My daddy says I'm a special little guy.
Common thing in life is
1, 2, 4, 3.
yeah, every single life is a miracle. It's a miracle.
Daddy says I'm a bore. My mommy says I'm a gentle little germ. The kids like me should be against the law. My daddy says I should learn to shut my pie hole. No one likes a smart mouth girl like me. Mom says I'm a good case for population control. Dad says I should watch more TV.
Okay, let's be fair now. It's pretty bad when a parent treat an ordinary child like they're scabs. But it's really bad when they treat a rather extraordinary child like that. And when I mean extraordinary, I mean brilliant and sensitive. By the age of 3, she just taught herself how to read by reading the Easy Cooking Book, the only book in the entire household. At the age of 6, once she had read fast and well the Easy Cooking Book and learned every single recipe by heart, she decided she wanted something more interesting.
Daddy,
What?
do you think you could buy me a book?
A book? What do you want a flaming book for?
To read, Daddy.
To read? What's wrong with the teddy, for heaven's sake? We've got a lovely teddy with a 12-inch screen and now he comes screaming for a book. There's nothing you can't get from a book than television faster. Now you're getting out of my way. Now get out of my way.
Every morning, Matilda's brother, Michael, goes to school. goes off to sell cars for unfair prices. And her mother goes off to play bingo in a town 6 miles away. Matilda was alone, and it was that day that her father refused to buy her a book, and she decided she'll look for it herself in the public library.
Hello, I'm Matilda. May I sit a while and please read a book?
Yes, dear. That's what the library are for.
Where are the children's books, please?
They are over here on those lower shelves. Would you want me to help you find a nice one with a lot of pictures in it?
No, thank you. I'm sure I can manage. I'm sorry, miss.
How can I help you, Matilda, right?
I'm wondering what to read next. I finish all the children's books.
You mean you look at the pictures?
Yes, but I read the books as well.
Well, have you?
I thought some were very poor, but others were lovely. I really liked The Sacred Garden. I think that was the best of all.
You must have enjoyed these pretty funny books. And those Adventure of Three Little Brothers, right, Matilda?
What? Oh, I'm sorry, miss. Probably you haven't heard well of the title. I'm talking about The Secret Garden. That is not a funny book, miss. It's a book full of mystery. The mystery room behind the closed door, and the mystery garden behind the big wall.
I'm impressed. What sort of a book would you want to read next?
I would like a really good one that grown-ups read. Yes, a famous one. But I don't know any names, though.
Now, how do we choose a famous grown-up book for this little tiny amazing girl? Maybe a young teenager romance? Maybe not. I know, Matilda, take this. I think you'll love it. It's very famous and very good. If it's too long for you, just let me know, and I will find something shorter and a bit easier.
Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I'd love to try it.
I must be mad, but of course you may try it.
But not today. I don't have much time left.
Of course, my dear. Does your mother drive you here?
Oh, no. My mother goes to Ellsbury every day to play bingo. She doesn't know I'm here.
But that's surely not right. I think you better ask her tomorrow before you come.
I'd rather not, because she doesn't encourage me reading books. Nor just my father.
But what do they expect you to do every afternoon in an empty house?
Just smooch around and watch the telly, I suppose. They don't really care what I do.
I see.
Well, I got to go now then. Bye myself. See you tomorrow.
For the next 6 months, Mrs. Phelps watched with fascination the little girl as she sat in the armchair devouring one book after another. The list of books Matilda was reading was getting bigger and bigger. The book transported the little girl into new places and introduced her to new people. And it also gave her a very comforting message. You are not alone. Mrs. Phelps, been watching for quite a while now, decided it was time to give her some valuable library information.
Mr. Henry says a lot of things that I don't understand, especially about men's and women's. But I like it all the same. The way he tells the story, I feel I'm right there at the place watching it happen.
A fine writer always makes you feel that, Matilda, and don't worry about a bit that you can't understand. Sit back and allow the word to wash you around, like music. Matilda, do you know a public library like this allow you to borrow books? You can have your own library card and take books home.
I don't know that. Could I do it?
Of course, my dear. When you choose the books you want, just bring it to me so I can make a note for it. And it's yours for 2 weeks. You can bring more than one if you wish.
That would be wonderful.
Anybody here? Xenia, Michael, Matilda? Where's everybody and why is the teddy off? Matilda? Where did all this come from?
The library.
The library never set foot to the library, only 4 years old.
6.5.
4.
6.5.
If you're 6, you'd be school already.
I want to go to school. I told you. I was supposed to start school in September. You wouldn't listen.
Get up, get up. Give me that book. Xenia,
I'm here, honey.
how old is Matilda?
4.
I'm 6.5, Mommy.
5 then.
I was 6 in August.
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar. I want to go to school.
That's out of the question. We'll be here to sign for the packages. We can't leave valuable packages lying on the doorstep. Now go watch TV like a good kid.
You know, sometimes I think there's something wrong with that kid.
Tell me about it.
Hey yo, dead face, have a marshmallow, dead face, have another one, have another one. Matilda longed for her parents to be good, loving, understandable, and intelligent. And sometimes Matilda longed for a friend, someone like the kind, courageous people she read in a book. But it did occur to her that such people might only exist in storybooks. Being very small and very young, the only power Matilda has over her family was brain power. But the fact still remained that any 6-year-old has to oblige on whatever they were told, no matter how asinine the order might be. Thus, she was forced to eat her dinner in front of that dreaded box, which some of you know as TV, and stay alone on weekdays. But it did occur to her. Matilda, though, was about to discover that she could be her own friend, that she had a power she wasn't even aware of. Yet.
I'm great. I'm incredible. Michael, pencil and paper.
Did we sell some cars today, honey?
Did we?
Does that mean I can get that new TV?
Exactly. Son, it's time for you to learn the family business. Write these figures down. The first car that your brilliant father sold was bought by me for $278 and sold for $1425. Got that?
Yes, Dad, I've got it.
Car number 2 cost me $118 and sold for $760. Got that too?
Yes, Dad.
The third one cost me $111 and sold for $999 and $50.
Oh, I married a genius. I'm really gonna get this new TV now.
Car number 4, I really like that was, cost me $486 and sold for $699 and $50.
Not too fast, Dad. Right, I've got it.
Card number 5 cost me 637 and sold for 1649 and 50. Got all those figures written out, son?
Yes, Dad.
Very well. Now work on the profit I made on each of the 5 cards and add the total. Then you'll be able to tell me how much your brilliant father has made all together.
But that's a lot of sums.
Of course, it's a lot of sums. But if you're in a big business like he is, you have to be hot stuff in arithmetics. He practically has a computer inside his head.
You mean you did in your head, Dad?
Are you kidding me? That's like impossible.
4,303 pounds and 50 pence.
Shut up. Stop guessing trying to be clever. Your brother and I are busy with high finance.
If you've done it right, it ought to be 4,303 pounds and 50 pence.
Say that again.
4,303 pounds and 50 pence.
You little cheat. You read it off from what I've got written here.
From all the way over here, Daddy, I was at the other side of the room. How could I possibly see that?
Don't give me that rubbish. Of course you look. You must have looked. Nobody in the world could give me the right answer like that, especially a girl.
But Dad, it wasn't that difficult to figure the amount in.
Aren't being smart with me? If you're being smart with me, you're going to be punished.
Punished for being smart?
When a person is bad, that person has to be taught a lesson.
Person?
Come on, move it. No more talk. Let's watch some telly.
Matilda resented being told she was ignorant and stupid, when she knew she wasn't. But Zinnia Wormwood has unintentionally gave her daughter the first advice she could use. She meant to say, when a child is bad. Instead she said, when a person is bad. So that gave the revolutionary idea that children can punish their parents. Okay, only when they deserve it. Of course.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So they say the subsequent fall was inevitable. They never stood a chance, they were written that way. Innocent victims of their story, like Romeo and Juliet, just written in the song for the even met. That love and fate and touch of stability will drop them off. Top of living happily, the endings are often a little bit gory. I wonder why I didn't just change their story. We're told to have to do what we're told, but surely sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on chin and wear it, nothing will change. Even if you're little, you can do a lot. You mustn't let a little thing like little stop you. If you sit around and let them get on top of you, might start saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. Cinderella in the cellar didn't have to do much as far as I could tell. Her godmother was 2/3 fairy. Suddenly her lot was a lot less scary. But what if you haven't got a fairy to fix it? Sometimes you have to make a little bit of mischief. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. In the slip of a boat, there's a tiny ripple. The seeds of a war and the creak of a floorboard. A stamping begin with flap of a wing. The tiniest mite packs the mightiest sting. Every day, stop the tick of a clock on escape. Stop the click of a lock. If you're stuck in your story and want to get out, you don't have to cry, you don't have to shout, 'cause if you're little, you can do all that you mustn't let it look like little stop you. It's the ground and let them get on top you. Won't change a thing. Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on chin and wear it, you might just have be saying you think that it's okay, and that's not right. And if it's not right, you have to put it right. But nobody else is gonna put it right for me. Nobody but me is gonna change my story. Sometimes you have to be a little bit naughty.
Michael, come into my room.
What?
I'll take you to work today. What do you say?
I don't know. What do you say, Dad?
I say, appearance is very important, my child. People don't buy a car, they buy me, which is why I personally take such pride in my appearance. Well-oiled hair, clean shave, snappy suit. Now get ready for a big day of learning, my boy.
Okay, I'll go have some breakfast. Mom, I'm starving. Give me some cookies.
Here.
Okay, my boy, heir to the throne. I've got little beauties. I'm going to flock to these. It is this morning. Where's my breakfast?
Coming, treasure.
What's the matter with you, woman? Look at the mess you've made on the carpet. What's wrong with my hair, for heaven's sake?
Oh my God, what have you done to your hair, Dad?
You dyed it! Why did you do? You fool! It looks frightful! It looks horrendous! You look like a freak!
What the places are talking about? Silly, I'm not dyeing my hair. Is this some sort of stupid joke?
Dad, your hair has same color as Mom's hair, but it's much dirtier looking. You must have dyed it.
Of course he's dyed it! It can't change color all by itself! Well, really, Harry, what on earth were you thinking? Trying to make yourself look handsome or something?
Don't just stand there shaking at me. Get me a mirror.
Take a look at yourself!
I look like you've gone. I don't feel. Let me sit down. But how could I have happened? I can't go down to the garage to sell cars like this.
I imagine, Daddy, that you were looking very carefully and you simply took Mommy's bottle of hair stuff off the shelf instead of your own.
Of course that's what happened. Well, really, Harry, how stupid can you get? Why didn't you read the label before you started splashing the stuff all over you? Mine's terribly strong. I'm only supposed to use a tablespoon of it in a whole basin of water, and you've gone and splashed it all over your head?
Dad, it will probably take all off your hair. Is your scalp start burning it?
Is my scalp going to do me? I'm going to lose all of my hair.
You most probably will, dear. Peroxide's a very strong chemical. Imagine, they use it to disinfect lavatory pans.
What are you saying? Not a lavatory pan. Do not want to get disinfected. Tell me quickly before it starts falling off.
If I were you, Dad, I'd give it a good wash with soap and water. But you have to hurry.
Will that change the color back?
Of course not. You'll have to have it dyed black again.
Right, give me an appointment with the hairdresser this instant. I'm going upstairs to wash them now. Here I come, the grandman himself, the master of a house, the wage earner, the one that makes it all possible to live so well. Notice me and pay our respects.
Oh, hello, my treasure.
Hey you're going to school.
I am?
She is?
Yeah, get a real education at this place. Now go pack your bag for tomorrow.
How's that change of thought, dear?
Today I had the luck to meet a woman from what's that called Crumpton Hall. I sold her a car. A real wreck that was indeed.
Oh, good job, dear. Now, what happened with this principal woman?
She came in. Big woman she was, and she said that she wanted a tight car because she was running a tight ship.
What's that supposed to mean?
Wait, I have it. Pretty funny it was. Bambinatum es magitum.
Oh, dear. I think the peroxide not only harmed your scalp, but your brain, too. Why are you speaking French now?
It's not French, you silly. It's German. It means children are maggots. She told me that school is made out of discipline, and she likes to say, use the rod, beat the child. That's her motto.
Terrific motto. Still don't get it, though.
She totally understood my pain when I told her about Matilda. But it was not until she said that I realized that this is the perfect school for Matilda.
Is it far away from here? Do we really have to drive her to school every day?
She managed to find herself to the library, didn't she? What are 10 blocks from here? Nah, don't worry, she'll walk to school tomorrow.
Oh, good. I didn't want to miss my morning rehearsal with Rudolfo. I guess I have to give her some clothes for tomorrow. Where is she?
I've sent her to her room.
Turn on the TV, Harry. The Sticky, Sticky, Stickier show is about to start, and I don't want to miss it. Hey, you, what are you going to wear to school tomorrow?
The only dress I wear when I go out.
That sounds good. Now, do you need anything else from me? I have to go watch my show.
No, thanks. Mom, would you like to hear a story?
What? Don't be disgusting now, Matilda. The sooner you're locked up in school, the better.
Once upon a time, two of the greatest circus performers, an escapologist who escaped from any block ever invented, and an acrobat who seems like she could fly, fell in love and married. They performed some of the most incredible stunts together. People from miles around would come and see kings, queens, celebrities, and astronauts, not only to see their great skills, but also to see their love for each other, which will say, when they pass by, cats will purr and dogs will weep with joy. And in the evening, they would take the air. Kids will wait in anticipation, hoping to get a glimpse of the shiny white scarf the acrobat always wore. For they know, all they have to say is, tricks, tricks, and the two circus performers will instantly oblige.
We have everything. We have everything. But the one thing.
We have everything, the husband says, but we do not have the one thing we want the most. We do not have a child.
Patience, my love. Time is on our side. Even time loves us. Patience, my love. But time is the one thing no one is master of. And as time passed, they grew quite old and still had no child. They imagined how beautiful it would be if there was filled with the sound of a child playing. As the sadness overwhelmed them onto more dangerous feat, and that was when they decided to perform the most dangerous feat ever known to the man.
Good morning, children.
Good morning, Miss Honey.
Class, we have a new student with us today. This is Matilda Wormwood, and this is her very first day of school. Now, you all remember how scared you were at your first day of school, so I'd like you to be especially nice to Matilda.
Yes, Miss Honey.
Could you get her workbook, please? Matilda, you can sit down. Now, Matilda, let me talk to you for your own good. A little about our headmistress, Miss Trunchbull. She insists upon strict discipline throughout the school, and if you take my advice, you will do your best to behave yourself in her presence. Eric?
Never argue with her.
Prudence?
Never answer her back.
Nigel?
Always do what says.
Exactly. Someone else?
If you get on the wrong side of Miss Trunchbull, Matilda, she can liquidize you like a carrot in a kitchen blender.
It's nothing to laugh about, Lavender. You all know that you have to be wise enough to remember that Miss Trunchbull deals very, very strictly with anyone who gets on the wrong side of her. And we need to warn Matilda too. Am I right?
Yes, Miss Honey.
Now, Matilda, you've come on a very good day because we're going to review everything that we have learned so far. It's okay if you don't understand any of these because you're brand new in this class. But if you do know the answer, just raise your hand. Class, we finished working on our 2 times tables. Who'd like to demonstrate? Okay, let's do some all together. 2 times 4 is?
8.
2 times 6 is?
12.
2 times 9 is?
18.
Excellent. Pretty soon you'll be able to do any multiplication, whether it's 2 times 7,
14.
or 13 times 379.
4,927.
I beg your pardon?
I think that's the answer. 13 times 379 is 4,927.
It is. Matilda, you know how to multiply large sums? I hope the rest of you are listening to this. Matilda has wonderful parents who have already taught her to multiply large sums. Was it your mother, Matilda, who taught you?
No, my mother didn't teach me.
You must have a great father then. He must be a brilliant teacher.
No. My father didn't teach me.
You mean you taught yourself?
I just kind of don't understand. I just don't find it very difficult to multiply one number by another. I'm afraid I don't have another way to explain, but I've always said to myself, if a little pocket calculator can do it, why shouldn't I?
Why not? Indeed. The human brain is an amazing thing.
It's not fair. How can she do it and we can't do it?
Don't worry, everybody. You'll soon catch up. For example, Lavender, you can show Matilda here how good you are at spelling words. Could you spell the word cat for us, please?
Cat. C-A-T. Cat.
Amanda, could you spell the word home?
Home. H-O-M-E. Home.
Thank you, Amanda. Now, I wonder whether any of you can read a whole group of words when they are strung together in a sentence.
But that's too hard, Miss Honey.
Isn't that, Wilfred? Wilma, some help?
The first word is I, the second word is...
No, Miss Honey, the second word is no, but the third one's hard.
Can any of you read the whole sentence?
I can, Miss Honey.
Go ahead then.
I know how to read sentences.
Wow. That is very good indeed, Matilda. How much can you read?
I think I can read most things, Miss Honey, although I'm afraid I don't understand the meanings.
This, Matilda, is a book of humorous poetry. See if you can read this one aloud.
An epicure dining at crew saw a rather large mouse in his stew. Cried the waiter, "Don't shout," and wave it about, or the rest will be wanting one too.
Do you know what an epicure is, Matilda?
It is someone who is dancing with his eating.
Wow. That is correct. And do you happen to know what type of poetry this is called?
It is called a limerick. It's a lovely one. It's so funny.
It's a famous one. A witty limerick is very hard to write. They may look easy, but they most certainly are not.
I know. I've tried to write them, but mine's are never good.
You have you? Well, we all like to hear one of those limericks you say you have written. Could you try to remember one for us?
Well, I've been actually trying about you, Miss Honey, while we've been sitting here.
About me? Well, I've certainly got to hear that one.
But I think I don't want to say it. Please tell Matilda. I promise we won't laugh.
We promise we won't laugh, right, guys?
Yeah, Matilda, we promise we won't laugh. But I think Miss Honey will laugh because I had to use her first name to make things rhyme.
How do you know my first name?
I heard another teacher calling you before we came in. She called you Jenny, Miss Honey.
Oh, I insist upon hearing that limerick. Stand up and recite it for us, Matilda.
The thing we all ask about Jenny, there surely cannot be many young girls in a place with so lovely face. The answer to that is not any.
Bravo! Why, thank you, Matilda. Although it's not true, it's a really good limerick indeed. Oh dear, I must try to remember that one.
It is good, Miss Honey. I like it.
It's true as well.
Of course it's true.
Oh, Matilda, this is great.
Who taught you to read, Matilda?
I just sort of taught myself.
And have you read any books? Any children books, I mean?
I read all the children's books at the public library at the High Street.
And did you like them?
I really like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I think Mr. C.S. Lewis is a really good writer. But he has one failing. There are no funny bits in his books.
Tell me the first book you've ever read.
Dar's Chickens.
Dar's Chickens?
Charles Dickens. I could read every day.
So could I.
Bye, Miss Honey.
Bye, Wilfred.
Bye, Miss Honey.
Goodbye. Bye, Eric. Bye, Nigel. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Miss Honey.
Bye, Amanda. Bye, Matilda. Matilda needs to go to a higher grade. She's so smart, and it's such a waste if she stays at first grade. I have to talk to Miss Trunchbull. I can't. I have to. Knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. There's nothing to fear. You're being pathetic. It's just a door. You've seen one before. Just knock on the door. Look at you trying to hide, silly. Standing outside the principal's office like a little girl. It's just pathetic. Look at you hesitating, hands shaking. You should be embarrassed. You're not a little girl. It's just pathetic. Knock on the door, Jenny. What are you waiting for? Just knock on the door. not possible, I come back later then. But this little girl, this miracle, knock on the door, Jenny. Just knock on the door. Don't be pathetic.
Enter. Oh, it's you. Come in then. What is it you want? You are looking very flushed and flustered this morning. What's the matter with you? Have those little stinkers been flicking spitballs at you?
No, headmistress, nothing like that.
Well, what is it then? Get on with it. I'm a very busy woman.
There is this little girl in my class, Matilda Wormwood.
That's the daughter of the man who owns Wormwood Motors in the village. An excellent person, Wormwood. I was there only yesterday. He sold me a car, almost new, only done 10,000 miles. Previous owner was an old lady who took it out once a year at the most. Ha! A terrific bargain. Yes, I like Wormwood, a real pillar of our society.
Yes, headmistress, his daughter, Matilda.
Her father says she's a real wart.
A what?
A blister, a pustule, a malignant ooze.
Oh, no, headmistress, Matilda is nothing like that.
He warned me that his daughter was a bad lot. He said that if anything bad ever happened in school, it was sure to be his daughter who did it. I haven't met that little brat yet, but she'll know about it when I do. I have discovered, Miss Honey, during my long career as a teacher, that a bad girl is a far more dangerous creature than a bad boy. What's more, they're much harder to squash. Squashing a bad girl is like trying to squash a blue bottle. Nasty, dirty things little girls are. Glad I never was one.
Oh, but you must have been a little girl once, headmistress. Surely you were.
Not for long anyway. I became a woman very quickly.
I must tell you, headmistress, that you're completely mistaken about...
I am never mistaken, Miss Honey.
But headmistress, the child only arrived in school this morning, came straight to the classroom.
Don't argue with me, for heaven's sake, woman. This little brute Matilda, or whatever her name is, has think about my study. There is no doubt about it. Thank you for suggesting it.
But I didn't suggest it.
Of course you did, Miss Honey. Now what is it you want? Why are you wasting my time?
I came to talk to you about Matilda, headmistress, because I have extraordinary things to report about this child. May I please tell you what happened in class just now?
I suppose. She set fire to your skirt and scorched your knickers.
No, headmistress. Matilda is a genius.
A genius? What the piffle is this you're talking about, madam? You must be out of your mind. I have her father's word that the child's a gangster.
Her father is wrong, headmistress.
Oh, don't be a twerp, Miss Honey. You have only met that little brute for half an hour, while her father has known her all her life.
She can multiply large sums.
So can the calculator.
She can do amazing things with arithmetic.
So, she has learned a few tables by heart, has she? Well, my dear woman, that doesn't make her a genius. That makes her a parrot.
But headmistress, she can read.
So can I.
It is my opinion that Matilda should be taken out of my form and placed immediately with the 11-year-olds.
Aha! You can't handle that little viper. Now, you want to unload her onto the wretch Miss Plimsoll, where she will cause even more chaos?
No, that's not my reason at all.
Oh, yes it is. Typical slothful cowardice. I can see right through your little plot, madam.
But headmistress, please.
Not another word. And in any case, Miss Honey, all children remain in their own age groups, regardless of ability. Great Scott, I'm not having this little 5-year-old brigand sitting in a bunch of senior girls and boys. Ha! Who ever heard of such a thing? And listen to me, Miss Honey. The distance the shot put goes depends on the effort you put into it. Perspiration. Trophies, see how my trophies gleam in the sunlight, see how they shine. What do you think it took to become English hammer throwing champion 1972? Do you think in that moment when my big moment came that I treated the rules with casual disdain?
I stray from the plot? Not a detail of my throw was adjusted or forgotten. Not even when the hammer left my hands and sailed high up above the stands. Did I let myself go? No, 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 no. If you want to throw the hammer for your country, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. And if you want to make the team, you don't need happiness or self-esteem. You just need to keep your feet inside the line. Sing, children. 2, 3, 4.
If you want to throw the hammer for your country, Espanita, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. Maguita, Maguita.
And if you want to teach success, you don't use sympathy or tenderness. You have to force the little squid to toe the line. Sing, Jenny.
If you want to throw the hammer for your country, Maguita, you have to stay inside the circle all the time. Dios, Dios.
And I apply just one simple rule to hammers throwing life and school. Life's a ball, so learn to throw it. Find the ballet line and tow it. And always keep your feet inside the line. Now get out.
Scum, I suppose. Welcome to Brewster. Have you met the Trunchbull yet?
No.
You've got a treat coming to you. She hates very small children. If you survive your first year, you may just manage to live through the rest of your time here.
The Trunchbull used to be in the Olympics. Shot put, javelin, hammer throw.
The hammer throw is her specialty.
So she does this all the time?
Of course, she's very proud of her right arm. She can throw anything around just to keep her arm in, especially children's.
Good heavens, this is awful.
It's better than being put in the chokey.
Chokey?
Yeah, chokey.
How many times were you put in?
My first term, I was in there for 6 times.
6 times?
Yep, me and Bruce, for example, he's from grade 5. Bruce, come here for a minute. What now, Hortensia? Tell these scums what happened last year when you sneaked into the Trunchbull's room.
You sneaked into her room?
Of course I did!
What for?
Well, I had a very powerful itching powder called the Skin Scorcher. It's made from the venomous teeth of deadly snakes. Yeah, so I sprinkled those kind of stuff on every single one of the Trunchbull's knickers and folded them back very carefully.
Did it work?
Well, a few days
Not
later,
too
the Trunchbull started scratching herself like a mad down below. And then the scratching got worse. The Trunchbull had a nasty habit of guessing. When she doesn't know who the culprit is, she started guessing it, and the trouble is she's often right. And given that I'm always the prime suspect, I kept shouting, "How can I have done this, Trunchbull? I'm not even experiment at the school! I don't even know what itching powder is!" The Trunchbull simply grab him by one ear and rush him to the chokey. I was scratched and cut by the time was out.
Didn't you tell your parents?
They're all scared to death of her. Besides, would your parents believe you?
No, they wouldn't.
The place you are sent, you gotta be good. It's made of spikes and wood, and it isn't what I got to sit, even if you could. There are nails on the bottom, so you wish you stood when the hinges creak and the door is closed. You cannot see squat on the end of your nose. When you scream, you don't know if the sound came out. Screaming your head, you reach your mouth. If the sound came out, we scream under your nose. You cannot see squat, and the door is closed. When the hinges creak, so you wish you stood. There are nails on the bottom, and it's made of spikes and wood.
You, detention. You're too small. Grow up quicker. Heads up, shoulders back. Ah, fresh meat. Amanda Thrip. Hold your hats.
What's going to happen?
That idiot Amanda, don't you see her mothers have plaited her hair into pigtails? Silly things to do.
Why silly?
If there's one thing that the Trunchbull can't stand is pigtails. Amanda Thrip.
Yes, Miss Trunchbull.
What are those?
What's what, Miss Trunchbull?
Hang down by your ears.
You mean my pigtails?
Are you a pig, Amanda?
No, Miss Trunchbull.
Do I allow pigs in my school?
My mommy thinks they're sweet.
Your mommy is a twit. I want those filthy pigtails off before you come to school tomorrow. Chop them up and throw them to the dustbin. Do you understand? But, did you say? But, hammer throw. Shades of the Olympics. Definitely. 10 to 1, she's going to throw her. I'll give you butt. Watch out. Good luck. Excellent release.
He's mad.
Not bad at all. Considering that I'm not in strict training. Quiet! Get to class before I throw you all into the chokey. Run! Faster!
Mom, I'm home.
How was school?
School was great. I get to do 6th grade work.
Hold on a minute. Can't you see I'm in the middle of an important phone call?
Well, you just asked me how school was. Well, it was really great.
No way, they have to be implants.
The principal is insane. She threw go over the pen.
You should watch yours too.
I got the most wonderful teacher.
Mine are driving me crazy. I tell you, 6 hours at school is way not enough.
I'll say.
I'm home, Xenia.
Gabriella, I gotta go. My husband's here. Bye. Hi, honey, are you tired?
What kind of question is this? Of course I'm tired. What time is it? The Tears in the Rose Garden is about to start. Let's eat.
Okay, let me bring the dinner trays.
Who is this now? Yes? We don't give money, we don't like charities, and if you're selling any raffle tickets, we don't want any.
I'm not. I'm Matilda's teacher at school. My name is Jennifer Honey, and it's important I have a word with you and your wife.
What's she done now? You, go to your room right now, right now. Got into trouble already, has she? Well, she's a responsibility from now on. You'll have to deal with her.
There is no trouble at all, Mr. Wormwood.
Then Peter, we're about to watch TV. We don't have time for school teachers.
Mr. Wormwood, I have come with good news about Matilda. Do you think I might come in for a few minutes and talk to you about her?
Tell her that this is most inconvenient. We're right in the middle of watching one of our favorite programs.
Why don't you come back some other time?
Mr. Wormwood, if you think watching some rotten TV program is more important than your daughter's future, then you ought not to be a parent. Now, why don't you turn that darn thing off and listen to me?
All right, let's get it over with. Close the door.
Don't stand there. Harry Willard is just about to propose to Angelica.
You can still watch while we're eating. This is Matilda's teacher. She said that she's got some sort of news to give us.
My name is Jennifer Honey. How do you do, Mrs. Wormwood?
What's the trouble then?
This was your daughter's first day at school.
Yeah, we know that. Is that all you came here to tell us?
Do you wish me to explain why I came?
Get on with it then.
I'm sure you know that children in the bottom class at school are not meant to be able to juggle with numbers or to spell or to write when they first arrive. 5-year-olds cannot do that. But Matilda can do it all. And if I'm to believe her...
Oh, I wouldn't.
Was she lying to me then when she told me that nobody taught her to read or multiply? Did either of you teach her?
Teach her what?
To read books. Perhaps you did teach her. Perhaps she was lying. Perhaps you have shelves full of books all over the house. I wouldn't know. Perhaps you're both great readers.
We don't hold with the book reading, honey.
You can make a living sitting on our fanny reading storybooks. We don't keep books in the household.
I see. Well, all I came to tell you was that Matilda has a brilliant mind. But I expect you already knew that.
Of course. I knew she could read. She spends her whole life buried in some silly little book.
But doesn't it occur to you when a 5-year-old is reading adult novels, doesn't that make you jump up and down with excitement?
Not particular. A girl does not get anywhere by acting intelligent.
A girl should think about making herself look pretty so that she can get a good husband later on. Looks is more important than books, Miss Hunky.
The name is Honey.
Whatever! Now look at you. Then look at me. You chose books and I chose looks. Now who's the better off? Me, of course. I'm sitting pretty in a nice house with a successful businessman while you're left slaving away, teaching nasty little children A, B, C.
Quite right, Sugar Plum.
But Matilda is a mathematical genius. She can multiply complicated figures in her head like lightning.
A girl does not get anywhere by acting intelligent. Take that film star, for instance. You don't think she got him to do that by multiplying figures at him, do you? Not likely. And now he's going to marry her and she's going to live in a mansion with a butler and lots of maids. You don't know anything, do you?
Somewhere along the way, my dear, you've made an awful error. You oughtn't blame yourself now. Come along. You seem to think that people like people who are clever. It's very quaint. It's very sweet, but wrong. People don't like smarty pants. What go around claiming that they know stuff we don't know. Now here's a tip. What you know matters less than the volume with which what you don't know's expressed. Content has never been less important, so you have got to be loud, loud. Girl, you gotta learn to stand up and stick out from the crowd.
was nice.
Mr. Wormwood, Mrs. Wormwood, I get your point. Now, could you please try to listen to me and understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Okay, what were you trying to tell us?
Matilda's trouble is that she's so far ahead of everybody else around her that it might be worth thinking of some kind of private extra tuition. I strongly believe she could be brought up to college status in a few short years with the proper coaching.
College? I didn't go to college. I didn't even know anybody who did. A bunch of hippies and salesmen. All they learned there is bad habits.
Don't sneer at educated people, Mr. Wormwood. That's not true. If you had a heart attack this minute and had to call the doctor, your doctor would be a college graduate. Or say if you were sued, your lawyer would have gone to college too. Don't despise clever people, Mr. Wormwood.
Sued by who? Who have you been talking to?
Nobody, but I see we're not going to agree here, are we? I'm sorry I burst in on you like this.
Good of you to come, Miss Hawks, or is it Miss Harris?
It's neither, but let it go.
We ought to sue her for interrupting our show. What happened?
I don't know. She was blocking my view.
Stop being pathetic, Jenny. Stop pretending, Jenny, that you're gonna march in there and give them a piece of your mind. Leave it alone, Jenny. The more that you try, the more you just look like a fool. This is not your problem. You've not got the spine. You are a teacher, just go back to school. But this little girl, this miracle, and what sort of teacher would I be if I let this little girl fall through the cracks I can see? This little girl needs somebody strong to fight by her side. Instead, she found me, pathetic little me, and another door closes, and Jenny's outside.
Matilda, my child, what are you doing here late Sunday evening? I was about to close the library.
Oh, Mrs. West, my father was angry at me and he told me to get out of the house.
It did what? How is this possible? Are you sure it was happened?
Yes, he shouted at me that I have to shut my mouth.
Okay, now, what shall we do? I know, Miss Han is a teacher, right?
Right.
I will call her then. I'm sure she will know what to do. She's on her way to the library. Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be alright. Now, what shall we do as we are waiting for her?
I have a book.
Great, let's read it then.
And the great day arrived. It seemed like everybody had gathered to see the burning woman hurled into the air with dynamite in her hair of a sharp and spiky object caught by the man locked in a safe. Everything was arranged by the acrobat's sister, a frightening woman who would love nothing else but to frighten the children of the town. Suddenly, out came the escapologist, dressed as his usually white and spangly costume. But there was no sign of the acrobat and the shiny white scarf. The escapologist has cancelled the show because his wife was pregnant. The audience gasped so loud, yet quieted down as the acrobat stepped out and produced a contract.
I have paid for the posters, publicity, and the catering. If I give the crowd their money back, where's my profit? A contract is a contract is a contract is a contract. My hands are tied. The burning woman hurling through the air with dynamite in her hair over sharks and spiky objects, caught by the man locked in the safe, shall be performed this day, or off to jail you both shall go.
No.
Matilda, my poor little child. What happened? How dare they? I wish I could. Anyways, are you ready to go home?
I don't know if they want me back.
Of course they do want you back, my dear child. Of course they do. Your father, he was just angry, and he said things he didn't mean. That's all.
Yes, Matilda, everything will be all right. Don't worry now. Miss Hunt is here to take you back home. We will continue this wonderful story another time.
Well, I better go now then. Bye, myself. See you tomorrow.
The entire school will report to the assembly room immediately.
What's this? Why are you here? What's going to happen? I really don't know.
Bruce Bog Trotter. Would little Brucey come up here, please? Stand over here. This clown, this blackhead, this foul carbuncle, this poisonous pistol that you see right before you is none other than a disgusting criminal, a denizen of the underworld, a member of the mafia. Who? Me? A vicious sneak thief, a crook, a pirate, a brigand, a rustler. Do you deny it, you miserable little gumboil? I don't know what you're talking about. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Chocolate cake. You slithered like a serpent into my kitchen and stole a slice of my private chocolate cake. That was my morning snack. That was not a boy's cake. You don't think for a minute I'm gonna eat the filth I give you, huh? Well, that cake was made from real butter and real cream, and you stole it and ate it. It's hard for me to remember a specific cake. Ha! It's hard for you, eh? Well, that cake was the most scrumptious cake in the entire world. My mom's better. So, you're saying that you didn't like my cake? No. But, wouldn't you, perhaps, Mr. Bob Trotter, tell the cook what you think of her cake? When a gentleman has a particularly good meal, he always sends his compliments to the chef. Cook, come here, cook. Bob Trotter wishes to tell you how good your cake is. There you are, Bruce. Tell the cook what you think of her chocolate cake. It was very good. Thank you. There you are, cook. Bob Trotter likes your cake. He adores your cake. Do you have any more of that cake you could give him?
I do, indeed.
Then go and get it and bring a knife too. Sit down, Bog. There you are, Bruce. It's all for you. Every bit of it, as you enjoy. That nice 6 slice you had yesterday. So very much. I ordered the cook to bake an extra large one all for yourself. Thank you. Thank the cook, not me. Thank you. Cook?
My pleasure. Hey. See ya.
Why don't you cut yourself a nice 6 slice and try it? Come on! What? Can I take it home instead? That would be impolite. You must show to Cookie there how grateful you are for all the trouble she's taken.
Do you think he'll do it? No, it's impossible. He'll be sick before it's halfway through. Oh, it's going to be hard.
Very good, isn't it?
Yes, miss.
Then you must have some more.
No, thank you. That's enough, thank you.
Eat! If I tell you to eat, you won't eat. You wanted cake, you stole cake, and now you've got cake. Do I make myself clear, Bob Trotter?
Yes, miss.
little thieves who like to eat cake must have cake.
Eat! He can't! Eat! He surely can! Eat! He might explode! Eat! Consider a slice, or even two, Bruce. Might not be nice, but even you, Bruce, have to admit, consider your list. There's not a lot of difference in size. He can, Bruce. He surely can. You and the Bruce. He might explode. He's quite elastic. He's going to blow, make him stop. He's fantastic. Look at him go. I can watch him in a net. There's no so firm, Bruce, but we'll suspect it. You have a warm Bruce, or maybe a largeness. It's a bit like a TARDIS. Considerably roomier inside. He can, Bruce. Surely can, he surely can. Remember, B-R-O-O-C-E. Bruce. The time has come to put the Tokyo to use. You produce, Bruce. Fantastically enthusiastic natural juice. We never thought it was possible, but here it is coming true. We can have our cake and eat it, Bruce. Remember this, something to abuse. We are meant to lose. You know the truth, Bruce. With every swallow, you are fastening the noose. Oh, eat it up, lick it up, suck it up. Whatever you do, drunk it up and knock it up. Come on, Bruce, be our hero. Cover yourself in chocolate glory. Go on, Brucey!
Miss Honey, the entire assembly will stay 5 hours after school and copy from the dictionary. Any children who object will go straight into the chokey. Together, and Miss Honey, take this disgusting creature out of my sight. Go to blazes!